Okay, everybody, we're going to be going through the process of the one-stroke design, and what we're going to be doing is taking a photograph and placing it into a vector graphic. In this case, it's going to look like a brush stroke. And I have a demo of it right here next to us that you can see. What you'll notice is it has a line right through the middle, and that's the path. And I'm going to show you how to combine them together, how to expand this and turn it into a shape, and then how to put an image inside of it, and then we're going to use that to design our own design here. So we're going to start off with just going to File, choosing New. Up at the top, we're going to choose the Print Presets. Feel free to slow this video down or rewind it as you need to. We're going to hit the, if you missed that, take a look here. This is kind of interesting. Print and then View All Presets. We want the tabloid preset right here, and we're going to name this One Stroke Design. And then you can choose the orientation. It doesn't really matter, landscape or portrait. It's up to you. We can rotate those things later. I'm going to go ahead and hit Create, and we'll see this blank artboard right here. Now, downloading the image file is a separate task here. What we're going to be doing here is just kind of building the tools and using the tools to create the brush strokes, and that's what I wanted to show. Illustrator comes with some presets, and there are different types of brushes that you can use. And it all starts by pressing the letter B on your keyboard, and you'll get the brush tool right here. This is what it looks like. And I'm just going to tear this off and zoom in on it real quick so you can see it. It looks like this. And if you look in your Properties tab, you'll see right here it says Brush, and the default is a 5-point round brush. But if you hit this little arrow right here, or this little button right here, it brings up different libraries. And if you go to the Artistic and choose Paintbrush, we can see there are a lot of different styles of brushes that we can choose from, and the marks that they make look very interesting and different. They look a little bit more like natural designs. You can adjust the width of these lines if you grab the black arrow and select the line segment and then increase the width of it. It looks something like this. And so what we're trying to do is create some interesting marks that we can put our images into, like this one here where we have an image inside of it. And then we've got some other, here's some different examples here. We've got some characters placed into and showing up where it overlaps the brush stroke here. So we'll see both things at the same time here. Here we go. And so we're trying to make a shape that's big. It should be thick and heavy. And you can experiment with different types of things, like maybe it's going to be a circle. What if we increase the width of that? I haven't actually played with this one before, but let's do, for example, and maybe it's something like this. It's kind of cool. I like that. But again, the idea is to make one stroke. That's the project here, one stroke. And it could be a squiggly stroke. You could apply different types of brushes to them. Let's see what the results look like. Just having this one selected looks like this. You can change the size of the stroke as well, reshape it. And that's true for all of them. You can stretch them and squeeze them and twist them and bend them. Give me a good assortment and variety. What we really don't want to see is like this, you know, where it's just really thin, because that doesn't really get what we're after. We won't be able to put an image inside of that stroke. We need it to be thick and heavy. There's some different ones too that you can play around with, so you know, be experimental. Maybe something you want to do is create like a shape like this, you know. Maybe you wanted to do like a shape like this or something too. I feel like that's a character somewhere, like maybe Deadpool or something does this. That might be kind of interesting. I don't know. It's definitely more than one stroke, but I kind of like the idea there. We're not trying to draw images, we're not trying to draw a flower or a thing, you know. We're just trying to make marks and see what we can come up with. Maybe something like this. We'll swish, swish, swish. Now, the next step, you can give yourself a variety of different types. We're going to do 3 of these, if not more. What you want to do next is you want to turn this thing from a shape into an object, and I mean from a line segment into an object. And so what you do is you can select what you want to transform it from a stroke into a shape, select it all, come up to the object menu, and you're going to press expand appearance. Now this one's interesting right here because it has overlapping shapes. What it did, let me run back one step. I'll just take a look at this one here. So we'll click on this one, say object, expand appearance, and what you'll notice is that line's gone from the middle, and now this is just an object. And you can still tweak it and distort it and change the shape of it a little bit, but it is a shape now. It is not a path that has width applied to it. So let's do that to all of these. Let's just select them all at the same time. I want to point out a couple things. So we're going to go to Object, Expand Appearance, and in these you might see some overlapping, like this right here, this overlapping segments right here. What we need to do is we need to fix that before we move forward. If you see that, and we'll just do this by default, we'll go to Window, choose Pathfinder, and then we're going to click on the first button right here that says Unite. So have it selected, Unite, and that thing will go away. The last thing we need to do here is, let's do that with this one too. So here we have a bunch of overlapping shapes right here, and we're going to unite them together like this. Okay, it's going to look something like this. This is one object now, and we can put our image into this. This one right here, this is an interesting one because it has an inside shape and an outside shape. It's like a donut. And we call this a compound path, and what we want to do is we have to turn this into an object that will recognize both this inside stroke and the outside stroke as well. And to do that, it's really simple, and you can select all your objects and do this at the same time. Command 8. Command 8 will turn these objects into what are called compound paths. And compound paths can be used to set objects inside. Oh, I take that back. If you notice, I turned all three of those into one compound path. I don't actually want to do that. I want to do them individually. So this is one compound path, Command 8. This is one compound path, Command 8. And you see over here in my layers now, they all say compound path. Oh, this one says group, Command 8. There we go, compound path. Command 8, that's the shortcut to it. Okay, next, I'm going to import. We're going to go to File and Place. Now you've already picked out some images for me, and then we're going to go to Multimedia 1, Semester 2, Clipping Masks, and we're going to choose one of these designs. All right, so I'm going to try this one with Bob Marley. He's looking really serious right here, and I'm going to press Place. When you press Place, Illustrator allows you to choose the size of what you want it to be. So I'm just going to drag out the size of what I think it should be, somewhere around here. I'm going to take the rest of these shapes and just put them off to the side on the artboard like this. And I'm going to move in, and what we're going to do is bring the stroke in front of the image. So I'm going to right click and say Arrange and bring to front, and we'll see this right here. Again, I mentioned this in class, but I want you to make the image bigger than the stroke. Your image should fill this up. It's going to look something like this. All right, so here's the easy part. We select both of those things. You can see they're outlined and the X through it. They're both selected. We're going to, if you see this tool right here, you can just hit this button that says Clip Mask, boom, or you can right click and say Make a Clipping Mask, and now you have your image inside of your stroke. And if you double click on it, you can mess around with the shape and size of that image as well. So like this to me runs a little bit, this seems cooler than what I had before. So I'm going to hit the escape key right here. I'm going to select all of this, and you see now it's what's called a clipping group. And there's a lot of things we can do with this too. We can make some cool effects happen with this. Let's repeat it for these other objects here. So I'm going to take this one here. Let's go to File. Let's go to Place. And I'll choose a different one. Let's choose Bob Dylan. So we've got Bob Dylan, and we've got Bob Marley. Right click, Arrange, Send to the back. Select both pieces. Actually, I'm going to position this a little bit better. I think I know I want his face to be right there, so I'm going to select both of these. Oh, that's cutting off the edge there. I might flip this around. I'm actually going to take this and flip it over, just using the just using the Properties tab to do that. I'm going to select both things, both objects, and then create a clipping mask, and boom, now we've got Bob Dylan. We've got Bob Marley, we've got Bob Dylan, and you know, you put your next character into here. It doesn't matter. With this, you could do cartoon characters. I think you know, I did some with the characters from um, Arcane, Miles Morales. I thought they looked cool, fit into here. I love the drawing style of Miles Morales. It's really cool, and I really love the drawing style that we see in this you know, killer animated show called Arcane. And I thought those went really well in here. Love the shape of this piece right here. We'll talk about adding the drop shadow and the text in the next video. That's it for right now. Thanks for watching. Bye.